I call to order the Township of Aleppo Commissioners Meeting, Legislative Meeting of March 16th, 2021 at 7 o'clock. Roll call, please.
President Jones,
Present.
Vice President Williams. I don't see him. Commissioner Dara is not here this evening. Commissioner Richard.
Present.
Commissioner Haluka.
Here.
Solicitor Stone.
Here.
Harlan, could you briefly again discuss the format?
Sure. So as we have over the past several months, we continue to operate under those rules under Act 15, which provides that during this pandemic and while we are under emergency orders, we can conduct our meetings remotely through an authorized form of telecommunications, either in whole or in part. In this case, we utilize Zoom for our authorized form of telecommunication. We advertise it in advance, which we are required to do, and we also post our minutes following the meeting. So we do provide for all the necessary requirements to be lawful, so to speak, under Act 15.
Thank you. I
should mention we also allow for participation by the public by providing the manager either before or during the meeting with any questions or comments they may have.
Thank you, Harlan. Do I hear a motion to approve the March 8th, 2021 workshop meeting minutes?
We have a motion to approve the March 8th, 2021 workshop meeting minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We'll jump right to the police report, Chief.
Thank you very much. Yes, I appreciate you accommodating me here tonight. So for the total month of February, we had 56 calls, 28 ambulance assists, 11 road call outs. Hopefully all the snow's behind us, right? A few alarms, harassment, fraud calls. We had a couple of those. It's a never-ending thing. If you don't initiate the business, or you're not the one looking to give money to somebody directly for work being done at your residence, or for a bill that you know that you did, just hang up on the person or don't answer the email, right? If you solicit the business, that's one thing, but if people are asking you for money or to take control of your computer to help fix something, just say no to it. That has been pretty prevalent, is the computer one. They answer something saying, hey, my computer's locked up. They answer the ad, they answer the phone, somebody takes over the computer and then starts manipulating their bank accounts and everything else. So don't let anyone take over your computer unless you solicited the business from Best Buy or from somebody that you know is a business, a certain business. So I just wanted to touch base on all that. And obviously, if there was any Amazon issues from this previous month, I know that there were a few issues that we addressed. So Gwen, if there was anything specific.
I can just say that we did have some emails exchanged about the volume of trash on the side of the road, and they did respond quickly to our emails this time. So we're hopeful that it's going to continue. They're going to get a much more regular cleanup schedule.
Great.
And Gwen, there does appear to be some major landscaping work along Deer Run.
Yes, that's being done. That was by the owners of the industrial park. They are doing that landscaping work.
Anything else for the chief? I know you have a conflict, Chief, so be when you choose. Thank you.
Much appreciated. Have a great night.
Sure.
Thanks, Chief. Stay safe.
Will do.
Now to Solicitor Stone. Harlan, we should address those items that you need to attend for.
Okay, so again, I have a conflict tonight as well, since you guys moved your meeting night to Tuesday. So I appreciate you taking me up front. I had two things that I need to report on. One is an easy. I just wanted to let you know that after the workshop meeting last week, I did review the engagement letter submitted by HRG, and it does meet with my approval. It did incorporate the changes that I had requested. So I think that can be done. You can approve that tonight. The other thing is that there was a proposed subdivision plan, which was submitted by Watchword, I think it's Watchword Partners, and it went to the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission reviewed it. Anytime there's a plan that's submitted, as long as it meets with the terms of your subdivision and land development ordinance, you are required to approve it. If you, and sometimes you can approve it subject to conditions, or you can deny it. But if you deny a subdivision plan, you've got to specify what sections of the ordinance are not being complied with. You must be specific in that denial. So this was a situation where I think the Planning Commission felt that there might be some things that needed to be done before the plan could be actually signed off on, but they decided to handle that through imposing certain conditions on the approval. And that was supported by HRG, the engineer. Also, I reviewed it, and I also feel that the appropriate thing here is to approve based on the recommendation of the Planning Commission and the engineer, subject to those conditions which they recommended or which they asked to be included. And I think there is a motion which was prepared for some commissioner to make, and you can consider that, and if you would, vote on that matter now.
Does anyone other than me have the motion in front of them?
I can get it in 1 second here because it just got sent out for the revised.
By the way, if anyone has any questions about the proposed plan, Gwen or I can, give you more detail as to what's going on. But I think the plan itself is in a form that should be approved.
Amy?
This paragraph in the 8 bullets, the 8.
Yes.
Okay. I motion to approve the proposed subdivision plan of Watchword Partners as recommended by the Aleppo Township Planning Commission, subject to the following conditions and comments as set forth in the review letter of HRG engineers dated March 1st, 2021, all of which are incorporated herein by reference, including but not limited to the following. Landslide prone areas must be shown on the plan set. 2, approval of this plan is subject to the approval of the Watchword subdivision plan application currently pending in the borough of Glen Osborne. 3, design review under the township stormwater management ordinance and proof of a NPDES stormwater permit from the Allegheny County Conservation District may be required in the event of any earth disturbance activity. 4, easements for all existing utilities, including power, gas, storm, and sanitary, must be shown on the plan set. 5, submission of a non-building waiver. 6, a full site development plan in accordance with township subdivision and land development ordinance will be required in the event the property is to be developed in the future. 7, proof of a county highway occupancy permit, HOP, if access to the property is to be by way of a county road. And 8, all comments and conditions contained in the review letter of the Allegheny County Department of Economic Planning and Development, all of which are incorporated herein by reference.
Is there a second?
There's a second.
Any further discussion? Harlan, I had one question. In the original motion, it needed to also be approved by Glen Osborne.
Yes. So anytime a proposed subdivision is crosses or is adjacent to a adjoining municipality, the county will require that both municipalities approve it before they will accept it for recording. And so in this case, that's especially applicable because there are issues that affect both Aleppo and Glen Osborne. And so each has to approve and each will be conditioned on the other's approval.
So is that covered in this motion or is that in a separate motion?
And number 2 of this motion.
Yeah, it was number
Okay.
2.
Number 2.
All right, all in favor of the motion on the table?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Do I hear a motion to approve the Watchword Partners Plan number 2?
No, number 2 of what Amy read is the Osborne, it contained the Osborne contingency.
So it's all one motion?
It's
It was all one motion, all done. Yeah.
Okay. We didn't-
Watchword's done. Yeah.
we stopped at 8. Do we need to read in the second part?
No, everything you've read in so far is perfect, George.
Okay, good. Harlan, are there any other matters that you need to address tonight?
No, and I would appreciate if you would dismiss me.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thanks, Harlan.
Okay, thank you.
Then we're going back to agenda item number 5, the motion to adopt an ordinance in regard to the allowable salary. Somebody like to read that?
I enter a motion to adopt an ordinance of the Township of Aleppo establishing a maximum allowable salary for commissioners pursuant to Section 703 of the First Class Township Code as amended.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Do I hear a motion to approve the engineering services of HRG?
I motion to approve the engineering services retainer agreement between the Township of Aleppo and HRG.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Emergency management.
No real big report. We're on track here to get people vaccinated. I see an end to this mess.
Amy, are you registered anywhere for your vaccinations yet?
I'm done. All done.
Good.
Yep.
Was that through Glade Run?
Yeah, through the intermediate units, the state of Pennsylvania, the education staff have been funneled through their intermediate units this past weekend and this week upcoming. So I imagine a lot of education staff will be done by the end of this week.
Good to
Did
hear.
you guys get J&J, Amy?
I did. Yep. Yep.
Judy, when might you recommend us having in-person meetings again?
As soon as everybody that has to be here is 2 weeks beyond their vaccination, in which case we can have in-person meeting without masks. You could probably safely do it with masks now as we're at 75% or so. I wouldn't do it without masks until I'm sure that Gwen is 2 weeks post her second shot.
Good. Anything else? Emergency management?
Nope.
Public Works?
I have the report for the past month. They have removed some fallen trees from roadways. They have had a lot of salt deliveries and had to push that into the building. Did more plowing and salting in the last month. Cleaned and greased the salt spreaders to keep them running. They're working on the office and the garage, replacing some thermostats and reorganizing. And they filled in some of the holes along the side of Deer Run.
Thank you. Any other comments? Communications? The only real report is just to talk about Amazon again, just say that we had some complaints about the trash along the side of the road about 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago.
And we got in contact with Amazon and with the park management and park ownership, and Amazon responded very quickly and sent a cleaning crew out and cleaned the up and down both sides of Deer Run all the way down to the on-ramp. And it looked really good right after they did it. And so we have been reminding them that they need to continue to send the crews out on a regular basis and keep it clean. We also talked a little bit at our last Amazon meeting about the reimbursement that we have requested for when one of the tractor trailers wiped out some of our road signs. And we were told only last week that we're supposed to go through insurance to get that back. So we had thought that payment was pending from Amazon. So we're going to follow up with that at our next Amazon meeting. We're going to have another conversation about that process.
Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with the roadside cleanup.
Oh, it's an ongoing, okay.
Ongoing, yes.
Anything else under communications, Commissioner Richard?
No, Gwen, I missed the last Amazon meeting due to my family situations. So Gwen kindly stepped in. And Chief, my understanding was helpful with some communication with them also. So thanks to him as well.
Are there any new communications from the residents, Gwen?
No.
Or
not yet. Not yet tonight, and not in the last, week or so.
Okay, planning and zoning. Do I hear a motion to approve the Lindy gas renovations?
Motion to reapprove the Lindy Gas renovation land development plan due to the prior approval expiration.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Gwen, any clarification?
Yes, this was a plan that was approved in November, a site development plan. They're changing some of their tank system and their fencing systems and things, and they had to get land development approval. And because they have some out-of-state partners, they weren't able to get the signatures in time. So this is just giving them a date extension to get the plan recorded. It's a reapproval. Nothing in the plan that was already approved has changed. It's just giving them more time to get their signatures and then get it recorded at the county.
Thank you. Did we already approve that?
You didn't vote. You motioned and second, but we need a vote.
All right.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Tax collector treasurer.
You have in your packets the reports for the month of February, and I will look at them. I mean, we're very early in the beginning of the year, so we don't have our tax collections in. The real estate taxes bills just went out on March 1st, so we'll be expecting a large influx of the real estate tax money. And the one large income that came in is the pilot agreement with Masonic. That payment did come in and was deposited, so you'll see a big bump in our bottom line because of that payment.
Everything else looked pretty much on schedule.
Yes.
Doesn't appear that COVID hit us too hard.
Not yet. We haven't seen anything too bad yet.
In that regard, Gwen, do you see any reason for us to consider applying for funds from the county? They're coming down from the feds. The plan that was just approved within the last 2 weeks by Congress, there is funding for local municipalities for a variety of reasons, and some of those are infrastructure uses would be allowable. So we are definitely keeping an eye on that, because infrastructure, everybody always has infrastructure projects. And so we're going to keep an eye on that and make sure that we are able to use anything that we're eligible for.
There's also some emergency management, make it better funds out there as well that are coming down from that CARES Act that should be coming out from the county soon, Gwen.
Anything else, tax collector treasurer, Gwen?
No.
Do I hear a motion to approve the February bill list?
Motion to approve February bill list in the amount of $66,808.76 to ratify the February prepaid bills in the amount of $12,770.68 and to ratify February payroll transfers in the amount of $19,574.67.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Do I hear a motion to transfer funds?
I motion to transfer the following amounts from the Liquid Fuels Fund to the General Fund for the payment of road salt invoices in the amount of $15,711.32, $1,517.29, $1,484.18, $1,506.25, $1,447.92. I'm losing track on my list. $1,544.08, $2,948.65, $3,073.19, $1,446.35, $1,506.25, and $1,571.67.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
What happens if I don't second?
Well, I can.
There's a second on the table.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Aleppo Township Authority.
I have a report from Dan. His report for the month is Tim Merrill has been elected chair of the board after Dan resigned. The engineer is working to get a vendor proposal to repair or replace the alarming systems on the pump stations. And the board has identified a new retirement provider for the employees, and some makeup funding will be required.
That's it?
That's it.
Anything else? Quaker Valley Ambulance Authority.
MC has no report because they didn't meet.
Quaker Valley COG.
The Trash and Recycling Contract Committee is still meeting. We had another meeting today to work on the specs for the upcoming new garbage and recycling contract. And the executive director of the COG is going to be moving on, and so there's a current opening there. The secretary at the COG is also retiring, and so those things are going to be happening very close to each other. So there's a hiring committee that's working on the job application, or the job description is out. It's on the Quaker Valley COG website, and the hiring committee is working on receiving resumes, and will be scheduling interviews with candidates.
And could you briefly comment on your Sustainable Sewickley Zoom meeting?
I attended briefly a Sustainable Sewickley Zoom meeting last week, and they were discussing a program with Zero Waste Pittsburgh about residential composting. Right now, it's a small pilot program only in portions of Aleppo, Glen Osborne, and Sewickley. It's based on location of houses and topography right now. They said that they would keep us informed if there was an opportunity for Aleppo to participate in the future. But right now, the company that's doing it is doing a test program to see if this area is viable for his business.
Good, thank you. Mr. Solicitor, we've already covered, and he has left the meeting. Any unfinished business, Gwen?
No. Nope.
Any new business? Have any citizens communicated?
Yes, isn't this exciting? We have a live one here. We had a resident chime in and say that they were hopeful that we would be able to announce the amount of the commissioner stipend increase. So I have the ordinance, and for a township with a population of less than 5,000, and that is us, that the commissioner salary can go up to a maximum of $3,145 per year, and that's what this ordinance says. So the salary will go up to not to exceed $3,145 per year.
That is for the next elected commissioners, am I correct?
Correct. No, none of these sitting commissioners right now will receive that. It is for whenever a commissioner runs for election and wins the seat, then they will be eligible, or if a new commissioner comes along, they're eligible. You cannot vote your own current sitting pay raise. You can vote for the pay raise for the position, and it will take effect at after the next election on the cycle. So the next election, only some of you will be up for election, and so some of you would be eligible, and other board members who were elected 2 years ago have to wait 2 more years for that.
Thank you, Gwen.
And that divides out to about $262 a month before taxes. What that rate is.
And this was initiated statewide by the First Class Township Code.
Yeah, there was a revision to the First Class Township Code, and they updated a lot of things, and this is one of the things that they updated.
I was going to say, I didn't ask, but would you, what are we at now?
1875.
Did we get any additional comment from the citizen?
No, but they would have to be typing really fast to get me anything right away. So they're probably watching and listening, and
we can linger a bit.
We can chat. We can.
Well, if there are any other questions, please submit them to Gwen.
Mm-hmm. I'm here. I'll be here for a little bit.
Obviously, there's no executive session required. Once again, any new business? Therefore,
I have one question. Gwen, do you know, because I've been asked by actually 3 residents now, do you have any idea when we may have dates and locations for the glass recycling?
Not yet. Not yet. I conveyed to the COG that the board voted last week to participate in the events, but we'll get the dates, and when we get them, we'll put them on the website. We'll talk about them at meetings. And wait, an email. This is so fun. Yes, they got it, and they said thank you for sharing the information. So we're good. I do have one other new business thing. We are going to try to have an Earth Day this year. It would be an outdoor only event. We're not going to do any of the educational gathering inside the building. We're not going to meet. It would be only, meet in the parking lot and fan out, social distance, masks. So watch this space, watch the digest that I send out, and watch the website. Look under latest news. I put it up that we're going to try to have it. Tentative date is April 24th. And we'll be doing roadside cleanups in a couple, safe locations in the township. So we're going to give it a try this year because it's an outdoor activity.
I think Amazon should sponsor it. I'm just saying.
I
think I'll bring that up. Make sure that's an agenda item on our meeting on.
I was going to say, miscommunication, lady. That seems like a great PR opportunity.
I think so. I'm going to try and capitalize on that one. So.
Okay. It'll be good.
And how many people are live viewing our meetings? Or Dave? Who?
But we get views after, I believe, because if you look at the views online, if you go onto our page, you can look and see that we get, more than 2, fewer than.
So we need the second person to send us an email, and Gwen will be really excited. It'll be 100% participation.
It's quality, not quantity. And we're on an off week. It's a Tuesday. So maybe.
Yeah, true. Good point.
Mondays, it might be a little more.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Any other new business? Then the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Have a good night.